I was a kid, there weren't so many Latins everywhere. Now there's Latins everywhere. But back then there wasn't Latins like there is now. And that was difficult. Gotta say, I did grow up in a time when there was still a lot of racism about. But the more people and immigrants come into a small city, that just starts to, it just grows, and then so people just learn to get along. I've always been a people person. I've always known that the reason why I am where I am and how I've got what I've got is because of people. Like we're barbers, we serve people. You know, it doesn't matter who I've cut, footballers or actors or, you know, politician. It's the same thing as the people I cut in the shop. It's the same thing when I cut the people in, like the homeless. It's just people. I believe that we're all God's people. I remember being a kid at school and feeling like I was the only Spanish kid, you know, the only Hispanic, maybe one or two around in the year, feeling alone, you know. So now that I get a chance to go and like talk to the Spanish kids, that there is a community of Spanish kids there, I think like, well, wow, I can go and, you know, and like in every classroom, there's always the kid that was just like me, the kid that got kicked out of the classroom for being naughty and talking too much. And me, with the boxing, I was always fighting and getting suspended. And so, you know, and I didn't really like school. So I boxed from when I was about 8 years old. Just club stuff. But I got picked up to play football. And that took more of a serious role because it was more serious of where I was going to play football. But I always used to pick up the Ring magazine. I loved the Ring magazine. But what made me fall in love was that action shot, that, you know, that boom, and the face all squat and stuff like that. That's what made me like, whoa. That's what made me like, that's boxing is serious, you know? When I used to go and train at the boxing gym, because I played more football, I was going at different times to all the other kids. And I started running into like champions. And then I found myself taking off my glove and getting them to sign them for me. And that was my first love for the memorabilia. I started collecting gloves. So I'd find out like, hey, I'd ask the coaches like, yo, who else trains here at this time and that? So like, oh, Barry McGuigan, or, you know, just champions, British champions. So I started off with getting my gloves signed. Anytime I'd go there and be trained at the same time I'd train, and then quickly like, oh, started collecting them. But obviously over the years I collected so much stuff. I used to go to the fights, and then the posters of the fights again rolled up in my mum's house to one side. And then from about 14, 15, which is when I started cutting hair, I figured, you know what, one day I'm gonna have a barbershop. And I'm gonna be able to put all of my memorabilia up. It's been 6 years now. I was saying the other day that I guess Spanish kid from Brixton isn't meant to have a shop around certain areas in London. So I've encountered problems and barriers and stuff, but nothing stopped me. You know, I've even got like some rich people that up to this day, 5 years, 6 years later, I'll say good morning to them or Merry Christmas and they still ignore me. Barbering in the UK doesn't have the levels, to be honest with you. Yeah, we're very creative and we chop a great scissor and stuff and all that, but in America you need a license and it's taken very seriously, the hygiene. And so whenever I want inspiration, I'll go and I'll sit in another barbershop across the other side of the world, and like I'll research and check it out. This is doing good things, so I'm gonna go and sit in there, get my head shaved and stuff, and like, you'll fix out my beard, grow out my beard, give him a hard job. Because I like to find out. I like it when I find out that the same problems that I have in my shop, you know, there's other owners dealing with it, so it's just like, oh, I'm not the only one with this, you know? It is you know, and they're successful too, so, okay, I see the similarities, but they know they're doing that different, so I pick it up and go, all right, cool. Take that back to London with me and my luggage. For me, now, in the position that I'm in, I'm blessed to be able to help people. So, you know, as Latins, we always get lumbered with the shitty jobs. I always said that if I get the chance to make business, I'll make a business where I can give people, my people, a job. People like a trier, and I just try for them. That's why they made me like their people's champ. You know what I mean? Like I didn't win no world titles or nothing. I was like, they gave me that name because I've helped people get their first job, get their first girl, get laid the first time. You know, like I've cut kiddies in their uniform, now I cut their kids. And that's what it boils down to, man. Like, you know, there's opportunities out there, big opportunities, and I got big plans. The world's small now that I've traveled around the world, and I've realized that I've got friends all over the world. And so the world is small when you can do that. I would say what made me jump on SQUIRE was the professionalism. You know, I think the way I see it is like, you know, like when you order an Uber, it could just be anybody. When you order a car and you say, I need a black Mercedes, with Jeffrey driving me around. I think that's what we all want. I think that's why I went with it.